All right, Power Hour time once again. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night special episode tonight. It is the Rocket Pro Wrestling Fall Brawl Go Home Show, and it is the season premiere this Saturday in Joliet, September 9th. Fall Brawl is upon us. Fan Access, Nova Awards, the whole Megillah happening this Saturday at St. Joe's Park. And what a better way to usher in Fall Brawl and the brand new season of Rocket Pro Wrestling than to have the, shall we say, the hierarchy of Rocket Pro Wrestling on to talk a little bit about what we can expect and what we have seen of late. So welcome to the Power Hour, Bill Shelley.
Thank you.
Kevin Palmer, a.k.a. Nuke. And, of course, my partner in gold.
That's right.
The one and only fire-blooded Italian and my broadcast colleague and VHS tag team partner,
That's
Shelley.
right.
Hello, Shelley.
Hey, Steve. Thank you. How you doing?
I am doing well. And, of course, the usual suspects are here. Of course, we have the urban sensation, the iconic, the one and only NWA superstar known as C-Red. We, of course, have the Chicago Knockouts legend, a.k.a. Cactus Rack, a.k.a. Russian Blue, our fair Rachel. Hello, Rachel.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hello.
And, of course, manning the photography, at least for the moment, is the Inter-County Rocket Pro Wrestling champion, the real deal, the one and only man on a boat for the weekend, Rion Skills.
Nice.
Rion is on mute status, or maybe he's not. I can't tell. He's very mysterious.
Yeah.
I'm here, man. You know I'm here. Just do the stuff.
Just do the stuff. I've been listening to people talk about how I do this stuff, so I'm going to try to do this stuff a little different tonight. Joining us in about a half an hour, maybe an hour, will be our new correspondent, member of the LIM and Power Hour member in good standing, Pac-Man, PX.
Yes.
You know him, you love him. He will be on just a little bit later on with his usual youthful exuberance. But guys, we are here for one reason. Season 6 begins Saturday afternoon, evening in Joliet at St. Joe's Park. Fall Brawl season is upon us. It usually coincides with the start of the NFL. So if you're not excited enough about the NFL, you should be excited about Rocket Pro Wrestling. So being the people in charge of putting these events together, let's start with fan access and why you decided to bring it back. And I'll leave that open to anybody that wants to answer it. I mean, I thought fan access was pretty spectacular to close out the year. What made you want to bring it back?
Because the outside bathrooms are open. You know, that was a big hindrance. And then you got people traipsing through the arena so hard to try and get control once you've lost it. And we lost control, but the arena doors will be locked. There'll be one way in past her, which that takes some doing. And the outside bathrooms will be open, which is kind of cool. Fan access itself, if you don't mind, I'm going to talk on this one. It did go really well. It was our first one. We got our feet wet a little bit. We saw what worked, what doesn't work. There was too much time that we had. And thank God you guys came out there and did your thing because there was just too much time. So shortening it to 2 hours is a big deal because we want to get the merch out there for our guys. I mean, even we have merch now, as you can tell. So merch is a big deal to everybody in independent wrestling, you know, and it's a big deal to us. It gives them a chance to come out and showcase who they are and let the fans get a feel for who they are. Gives them time to be in their character outside. I thought Damian Gray did a great job of being himself outside, and caused a lot of fun, let's call it that. And I know that Chet said he had a great time there, so we decided to bring it back, and we're just making a few changes. So it'll always be May, and it'll always be Fall Brawl when we come back. It's supposed to be 70-some degrees, like 72.
So a little relief for everyone. We won't be melting.
We might actually feel fall in the air, which that'll be kind of cool because it's the way it'll hit us, you know. Next day is the Bears game, like you mentioned. So it's truly fall at that point. The Nova Awards is.
I picked them up today. They're awesome.
They are really cool.
They are, I don't want to say adorable because, but they are super duper cool.
They're not really adorable. It depends on how you feel about the word adorable. I'm not calling it that.
Well, they're little rockets. They're very, very neat.
But it does give the guys incentive too to go out there and be the best they can be, because it's a little stupid award, but I like getting a pat on the back. That's what I work for. And thanks. A lot of people are like that work for kudos, Well, let's call a spade here. The amount of money we dump into Rocket Pro Wrestling, we're not making money. It's a lot to put into the production. And again, you guys know what I do, and I did it again. And now I'm in it. And that's why I took vacation, is we're in there changing the arena around, getting a little more. I'll be honest, I watch everybody's shows, and there's some great ideas that people have, and Wrestle League had a couple ideas I took, Impact, of course. Everything is big bucks in this industry. You go to buy things, big bucks, big money. So I'm not going to tell you everything we've done, because
go ahead.
I want the shock and awe factor when you guys walk in. Shock and awe. I can't believe you guys did that. Yes. So we will have a lot of cool things in there. We actually start tomorrow. Kevin and I will be there in the morning. I started yesterday, which some of you may have seen on Facebook, is all of the get her done guys, we call them, which is Mike Madonna and Captain Dave in the kitchen. We went in there and cleaned the entire upstairs of the park, because that little tiny office where I would sit behind the admissions area, I outgrew it. You get 4 coyotes in there and me and Mike Madonna, there's no room to even work. So there's an office upstairs now, cleaned it, polished the desk, got it all ready up there for Missy and her promo pictures. Put a bench up there. We got a fridge up there. So it's just like a nice retreat for management that we can just break away a little bit, because there's a lot of chaos behind the admissions area, and you guys have all seen it.
Yes.
So we're adjourning, if you will, to a little more secluded spot. There's a place to catch your breath, and not be asked a question. So that's a big deal. Kev, I'm going to let you take it when it comes to the show side of it, because I don't know nothing. You guys never tell me nothing. They do that on purpose, because I got a big mouth on social media. I've been told I got a big mouth.
Well, a shock and awe, that just leaves everybody wondering, what the hell does that mean? I've been shocked and awed just about every time I come out of that curtain, and just, and that's what everybody says. Anybody that I've worked with that ends up debuting in Rocket Pro at some point, and I could name about 12 guys, they all say the same thing. I can't believe how authentically professional this looks, with the screen and the smoke and the lighting and the way the cameras operate and the way the sound is. Everybody that comes from the outside and works there is immediately taken back by the quality of the presentation. And I think that's what sets Rocket Pro aside from a lot of people, is the quality of the presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Cool. And Kevin, since it's been dumped upon you now, talk about your perspective of the show side.
What do you want to know?
Like I said,
fantastic, actually.
We've got a great card, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. When you're preparing and you're getting everything ready to go, what are some of the things that you're dealing with? I know what Bill deals with. I know what Shelley deals with, because they're out there running around in the open, but you're kind of the mysterious guy in the back, just kind of floating around like
this guy,
like a phantasm.
It's excitement and nerves at the same time on show day, just because you're waiting for that call, like I'm going to be late or I can't show up, stuff like that. And then that gets you going too. And then you got to figure out like, oh, what else? What are we going to do? We got to put this guy in this match now. put that guy in that match. But all in all, it comes together. I like doing what I do. So I like being in the back, and just a lot of pacing for me on Saturdays.
And storylines and characters coming, characters going. There's always there's a core of people that are there regularly, but you bring in it's like you have a rotation. How hard is it to do that?
It's pretty difficult. I have to over here got to go by what they have for me to do, so I got to follow that. But they're really big help with all that too. They lower my stress a lot, so that's good. But no, it's I like to change it up a little bit, get some new guys in there, so these guys aren't seeing the same faces over and over. So just
it certainly changes the dynamic of the way the shows come across. I thought when Avalon showed up at Rocket Pro to take on Quinn in what is nominated for a Nova Award, as far as when I cast my vote, as much as I wanted to vote for Shelley and myself because, it was the main event and, with a little bit of help, we saved the day. When you look at that match, that was more of a spectacle than it was a match. But when you look back at Wittick versus Avalon, that is one of the best I've ever seen. And, it would be hard to vote against a match like that. And I've worked with Avalon for a while now, and I remember his response coming into to Rocket Pro, and he's like, the only thing I need to know now is when can I come back? That is, I think, what is the most important thing, and what makes Rocket Pro the special thing that it is once you get a taste of it, you want to be there, you want to be a part of it, because it is such a spectacle, and it is such a thing. And you have the ability to bring in these very different personalities. Hartenbauer this month making his Rocket Pro debut. Dillinger when he was here, and he and Gunnar Brave had that match where the image of dangling flesh in the photography from Missy is unforgettable. And all of these people are kind of coming and going. Cody James, who is now a successful member of the NWA roster, had an amazing impression when he came here. So a lot of the people that come and go, go on and achieve massive success, but they always say, man, when do I get to come back? Because every time I see Cody's like, man, I got to get my schedule right so I can call Kevin and get back there, because he wants to come back. And I think that's a credit to the way you guys do things.
I also kind of do my homework too. I'll ask these guys to send me some footage of their matches. I'll call some guys I know and get their info on some of these guys. So I just want to make sure that we're getting the best product we can get, and guys that want to come here and that are hungry. So I do a lot of homework. It's a lot, juggling a family and wrestling and work, but I love doing it all.
He's definitely worth his weight in gold.
Yeah, without Kevin, there ain't no RPW.
Oh no.
Gotta say it like a street slang. There ain't no RPW.
No. We all have our own lane, and Kevin's lane is most important, and without it, it would just be lights in a ring.
And that's what's really cool about a true corporation, is that we all do have our own lane. If I step even a toe out, they call me on it. I don't deal with anything with wrestlers or managers or staff, or stories or any of that. So it's like Bill is arena and facilities, like, hey, great news, by the way, the locker room's getting a brand new elongated bowl high boy toilet tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
So, how about, do I take care of the locker room or what?
Wow. Well, that's
that's something fancy.
Next thing we know, we'll have a bidet. C-Red's got a big smile on his face. I could ask 100 questions, but I'd be interested to have Red ask a question or two, because I'm sure he's got at least a few things on his mind, having graced Rocket Pro a couple of times last year.
So let's backtrack. Rocket Pro, from the very first show, you knew it just wasn't a regular company. Again, 20 years, I've seen companies come and go. contacted Kevin, hey, I want you guys to come in. Okay. And I get to the building and I'm like, are you sure this is your first damn show? Like, like this setup is unreal because there are companies still out there today that don't match the production you guys do. And that speaks volumes. Because again, how many companies have I worked for where, oh, it's a new company and come on in and it's just the ring, it's just the ring, and they got the fold chairs sitting out and that's it. And it's like, okay, where's the sound? We're going off of somebody's Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, wow.
And I don't knock Bluetooth speakers, but if you're in a venue like you are, and you've got one Bluetooth speaker, like
that won't work.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't, Again, you guys kind of like you made it the most professional company looking wise in Illinois. Like, damn, like, okay, this is where it's at. Okay, all right. Now I come back, the production hasn't changed, but the crowd has grown tremendously. And I think a lot of that is due to the team putting out the product that you guys have constantly pumped out for 6 seasons. Like, it's insane. Like, you couldn't have told me from that very first show, oh, guess what? In a few years, they're going to have standing room only. Nah, okay, all right. Because we all say we want standing room only. Every company says we want to have standing room only. And I started seeing the pictures like, damn, people are really standing. Like, there's nobody sitting. So, but that's picture. So then I come to the show and I'm like, okay, all right. Hey, I'm here and I'm hop on the commentary table real quick. All right. There are people still standing. Like, why are people still standing? And then I look, okay, there's no empty seats in that row. Oh, let me look over here. There's no empty seats over there. Okay, I'm gonna walk to the back for real quick. No empty seats back there. I'm like, damn. Okay, they weren't lying, So I think this might be the best season to come because in a minute, you guys are gonna either need to knock a wall down or we're gonna have to move the venue to like some stadium or somewhere. You guys have done awesome. And again, is a collective effort from everybody. So everybody should give yourselves a pat on the back because you did not, you weren't here today and gone tomorrow.
Thank you.
And that is what I appreciate about Rocket Pro. You guys stepped up and stuck to your guns about what you were going to put out as far as a product. And it has become one of the hottest commodities in Illinois pro wrestling. It's even hard to call it independent when you guys put on such a professional feel to the entire show. So kudos to everybody, to Bill, to Shell, to Kevin,
Will,
to the people, that are behind the scenes that help put everything together. Because it's easy for us to just show up on a Saturday. That's the easy part because everything is done But I think the people that are behind the scenes that don't get a lot of credit, the people that are even in the kitchen, that they're there hours way before, preparing, making sure, they've got enough food and everything is prepared right. And, you never have to wait. Oh, we ran out of this, or it'd be a half hour for that. No, you guys constantly keep people moving, flowing. The performers are ready to go. And again, and you guys stick to your times. I love that.
Evan,
I love the fact that guess what? Pretty much know what time I'm gonna be done with Rocket Pro. I don't have to sit there for 4 hours, people. No show should go 4
I'll you
hours.
one time.
I'm sorry. They know me now. I go on a rant. I
That's
hate
all right.
if it's a show that goes past 3 hours, I'm having a fit.
If it goes past 325, I think at this point everybody knows that Shogun and Marche are going to kill every human that is responsible for that. So
Yeah.
that's a nice motivator.
Yeah.
And you won't see Shogun coming. It'll be a
I
sneak.
like to call that the final level effect.
That's right. You'll be leveled, all right.
Hey, but don't take, and I'm gonna kind of go off what you said. Don't take away, and I hate to do this because it blows your ego up, but Steve and Shell, don't underestimate your moment last year. Don't.
Thank you.
Because I was there. I was privileged to call it. So to know that I've never, people were standing up the entire goddamn match. Oh, I'm sorry. It's my show. Shit. Okay.
Say what
That's
you
right.
Say what you
swear.
want to say, man.
So to see people in a frenzy, like rabid dogs wanting Joey and Roxy to finally get their comeuppance. And then, of course, here comes the idols. And it's the air got sucked out of the room instantly. And I don't know if anybody else paid attention to it. The air got sucked out because everybody was like, okay, we know how this is going to end. But then all of a sudden, Shogun, Marche, Nuke, everybody, one by one, everybody started freaking out. And then everybody's back on their feet again. And I'm going to be honest, if you didn't keep it in the ring, that should have been hard to fucking call. Because I couldn't see shit. Because I'm I did not know Marche was at the bar. Why? Because everybody was standing freaking up.
And we tried to light them up so that you could see them and you couldn't light them up through the crowd. So we put the light right above them.
I saw Shogun and I'm like, what? He came from having a cigar and decided to come through. I'm like, really? But then Marche's at the bar. He is? Oh, okay. All right. So again, that moment, there were, again, just my brief return. That moment, again, made me realize how great of a product you guys are putting out, because the fans are dead on into it. You cannot tell fans of Rocket Pro nothing else. Nothing else. And I've talked to a few of them. They live and die Rocket Pro. And it's damn, okay. All right, so if they're hooked, oh shit. I can't wait to see what. Yeah, well.
And you know
Shell,
what?
I wonder if Shell turns on Steve. Oh, okay. Oh, Kevin, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Never.
What an unsavory
Not
thought that
Steve.
is.
Well, hey, I pay to see it. That's just.
She kicked my ass, so I don't think
Kevin's
I'm.
That's why I would
I
pay
don't
to
think
see
I want
it.
that smoke.
That's why I would pay to see it. Shit. Who doesn't love to see you get your
The crowd was great when I came out, but when Shelly came out, that whole place went to went to hell in a handcart. That was
First of
that
all,
was the pop of the year.
I was wondering, okay, how's this gonna go? Here you come out as the Punisher. Okay. Like, okay. All right, face paint this time. Okay. And it to me it's just Steve. It's like, it's just fucking Steve. All right. Yeah. But then here comes Shelly. And Shelly came out full-blown gear, ready to go. I was like,
Straight out of the goddamn Matrix.
I was like, oh shit, she came to whoop some ass. You look like, okay, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna try to put up a good fight. No, Shell came out looking like she was getting ready to whoop somebody.
Thank you.
So,
We do what we can.
well, she did what she did.
I was just staying in my lane.
Please, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, hold on,
Uh-oh.
Steve.
Yeah.
We have a message.
A message from who?
Shall I read it?
Well, I think I'd like to know who it's from before you read it.
But if I read it, then it kind of explains who it's from.
Well, you're going to read it anyway, so whether I like it or
am,
don't
because
like
it's
it,
my
I guess
damn show. Shit.
that's what I'm saying. So go ahead. Don't keep us in suspense.
Hold on.
I think I know who it is.
For those unaware of who the hell I am,
Ah, Christ.
the name is Damian Saint,
Oh,
and I am the Rocket Pro Wrestling General Manager.
And I thought he was out there selling Amway products.
right, ready? Let's.
I unfortunately could not attend the management podcast
Thank
for
God.
RPW
Because he wasn't invited to it.
due to prior obligations to better my life.
Ooh.
I have only just begun.
That means
Miss you guys.
tasty freeze.
Love
Freezing the
you.
carpenter.
Love us.
Hey, I'm what it say? Say, love you. So that was
He does like to take credit for the full house.
Boy,
don't he though?
Yeah, he does.
he is just so splendidly narcissistic. And what about his faction, the Undeniable? Have I ever been less concerned about a faction in my life? I think the last faction I was less concerned about was the cheerleader guys on Raw.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Squad
Steve.
or whatever the hell that was.
Secret Squad.
Steve, don't forget they have Steve Michaels.
Okay, so you got one person who isn't. He ain't afraid to no ghost, and you don't know if he's going to be there. He might be off doing something with Ray Stans or Pete Venkman. We don't know if he's going to be there. I mean, if he's going to be there, it's certainly walk tall, carry a big stick. But if he's not there, Ryan Matthews and the Kings of the Six,
hairless cat,
and the scumbag attorney. I mean, that's not. I just spent a year dealing with the goddamn idols, and I'm going to get excited about the Undeniable. No.
No.
Don't forget they got J-Back the
I
paycheck.
feel like I could beat Undeniables myself.
A bounce check. Who called him a J-Back the
They got
bounce
J-Back
check?
the bounce check.
Who called him that?
PX.
PX.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That kind of broke my heart. I'm still wondering.
That's our boy, Red. That's our
J-Back
boy.
has got.
I know, like, how many years have we?
Yeah.
I never thought in a million years that he would.
Join the dark side.
It ain't even the dark side. It's the toilet bowl side. Like, I just didn't see that.
I got a booger get in the middle.
I just didn't see it. So I don't know. And I mean, I personally was pissed off, when he tried to change the main event. Like, hey, I just personally think he had a hand in Quinn magically not being able to make it. I'm just saying.
Maybe he'll discuss it Saturday, what happened.
Well, I mean, if he do, he do. If he don't, it's not gonna change my mind.
You don't think Damian Saint is not going to stand there in the middle of that ring and address everybody for 45 minutes?
Oh.
But you know what? It don't have to be 45, but it can be
I
a
feel like
good.
45.
It can be good 20. That way, all of us can get up from commentary and go use the bathroom, then go to the concession stand, go outside and smoke, and then come back for some real entertainment.
That'd
So
be great.
we don't.
It's like
There's
a
nothing
commercial. It's like a commercial break.
right. There's nothing worse than the whole commentary team going to sleep at the table. Like, do you really want to hear all of us snoring on commentary? Like,
Boy,
No. Are you back?
so
Jay Beck, it's unknown as to what motivated him to go and do what he did there at the finale. But you know what? When you're taken hostage and you are led around by the nose by a man with bad intentions, sometimes it warps your mind in a way that you can't expect. It's like, hostage syndrome.
Like
They
a
become-
Patty Hearst kind of thing.
That's right. You become apologetic for those that have
Patty Hearst.
incarcerated you, right? So Jay Beck Hearst, may have some psychological issues, and they make Ritalin. So I mean, we could clean that right up with a prescription. But that's neither here nor there. We know what happened in the finale. We all saw, the new champion, our good friend, the Dreambreaker, finally get over the hump and get the title that he has been chasing for a long time. I kind of feel like his match versus Marche kind of put him over the edge, and now he has achieved a level that I think that he always dreamed of, which is great. But now he's got to defend the title against the man that never really lost it. So as good as you feel for Stone, do you feel great that Wittick doesn't, it's a weird dynamic they have there, that a conundrum that Damian Saint has created. And that's your main event for this particular event. Where do you see this match going? Plus, you bring in ladders and all sorts of plunder, as Dusty Rhodes would call it. Kevin, where do you see this match going?
That's probably match of the night. I mean, I see it going. Is it going to be over? Quinn never lost the title. I'm kind of with Red there. Like, I think Saint knows what the real reason is, but he's not telling anybody. And he wanted to put his Patsy Ryan Matthews in there against Stone, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a heck of a match. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Bill.
They put on the sign outside the park today. 5 title matches on both sides.
No.
On both sides of the sign, and it's never said that before because we've never done that before. And I think that's one hell of a way, Kev, that you are really smacking this thing in the face right out the gate. 5 title matches, easy to advertise. People that drive by are gonna. I know everybody who's with us as a family, everybody, all is very excited about it. So the excitement within our own group has bled out to the streets of Joliet. And that's the way I look at it. Because again, with 5 title matches, that's going to be, it's a great picture. That's going to be just total excitement from the beginning to the end. I mean, everybody will have their merch that they just bought. They just met Marche Rocket or whomever. And they're going to be all excited. And we're going to really bring a big bang show to them. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we're going to start Saint's going to welcome everyone, and then we're going to start off with the Chicagoland Championship title. So it's going to be
We
good
have
start to
to.
the show.
Does he have to talk?
He has to. He's the GM. We have to make.
Maybe I'll be doing something with seating.
So there's a secret I didn't know.
That's right, because we don't.
I did not know that
Yeah.
that's that first match out, and you guys all know.
There's a lot of secrets for this season that you don't know about.
I know that, and that's probably for the best.
So if he looks surprised, it's because he really is.
Yeah, I find out everything as it happens. So,
Make sure you're there.
Turtle has really made an impact in Joliet, and he's become one of my favorite entrances to perform on the lights because he He's got colors that nobody else has. He's got fog like the sewer. You know, he's got everything, and the kids go nuts when he comes out. He has learned as well to take his time at RPW. Red talks about it almost every time I'm on this show. That entrance is everything. And they can't just go running down that ramp. It just blows everything. And then it makes all the work that we do for days and days is just gone. Poof, gone. So now if you notice, Turtle takes his time. So he's listening, he's watching, he's seeing, and he really has a high impact entrance. I like the entrances. So you guys know that because that's what I do. So very excited about that being the first match. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, no problem.
And the matchup is compelling too. I mean, Turtle in the last season, in season 5, really came into his own as a professional wrestler. I mean, obviously we've known Turtle, the referee, for a great many years, and he was elite when it came to being a ref. But he has been actively working as a wrestler now for a few years. And, you know, it took a long time for people to take it seriously. I feel like it took entirely too long. But when he came to Rocket Pro and the crowd responded to him the way they did, it changed the way he does his business. And, you know, everywhere he wrestles now, you see that he's a lot more confident. He's a lot more sure of himself. And, you know, he does great work everywhere, but the great work began in Joliet because of the opportunity he was given. And, you know, you know, he was wrestling, you know, in other places for a while, but, you know, he would wrestle on pre-shows. He would wrestle, you know, very early in a card and kind of gimmicky stuff. Now, you know, he's had that belt for a while now, and now he is a feature player, one of the 5 champions of Rocket Pro Wrestling, and, you know, 400 to 500 people every month can't be wrong. So it's going to take a mountain of effort to de-strap Turtle, but you've got one of the Undeniable. Is this the night the Undeniable start their run? And then, of course, there's Bucky Collins, who, you know, has issues with Christian Rose. And will Christian Rose go after Bucky Collins like a crazed lunatic? I mean, these are all things that could logically happen right off the bat when the first bell rings for Fall Brawl. It could be a full-on, you know, a full-on melee right out of the gate.
I agree. You never know. You have to come and find out.
You don't know. Nobody knows. We're just all pawns in the game. And speaking of pawns in the game, we got the podcast Papa. I guess that's what we're doing. I don't know if that's been approved officially, but you can see the sign, so apparently it has. Welcome, Pac-Man. How are you?
I'm good, Steve. Everybody can hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
Hello. Sorry I'm late. It was a common work Tuesday. Bill knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
You're the common man.
Working hard with my hand.
Well, that's a good thing. And like I said, we appreciate you being here, adding to the flavor of the day. As we head into season 6, do you have any grand sweeping changes that are going to go? I know you can't show your hand, and I'm not looking for specifics, but you know what? I work at a lot of places, and every place I go, somebody inevitably asks me about Rocket Pro and what they're doing. And, you know, a lot of times it's our women, the women wrestlers I work with, because just like everybody else, they see what's going on in Joliet, and they're like, you know, we don't really see any women competition there to any great degree. Now that's changing a little bit because of Chet's niece has been active there over the past month. Well, as we ended season 5, and of course, Davidson Sarai has been a thorn in the side of just about everybody. So we know they're present, but I get asked all the time, especially by the athletes that I work with, is more of that coming, or is it just going to kind of stay the way that it is?
We're working on it. We're behind the scenes coming up with an idea to try to get women in the Rocket Pro.
Because they are out there doing great work, and they always ask me about it. Hey, how do I get in here? I said, well, when they're ready, you know, they know who you are and they'll reach out.
You want to take that one, Michelle?
Which part of it?
about the women. You could talk about it. That's gonna be
Oh.
your puppy.
Well, basically we wanna get something going to where you're not just throwing a women's match in there. So that it's not
Story.
just, oh, hey, look, women. No, we want to make sure, you know, that they have style, they have character, they have personality, you know, keeping things on a GPG level because, you know, we've got lots of kids. Matter of fact, I have 3 birthdays with about 20 kids under the age of 12 coming. And, you know, you got to keep it PG and you want them to notice what a good job they do, not necessarily what they look like, and a story, something that will start up and be a you know, be a story as opposed to, like I said, a woman's match just to have it. You know, we want to roll and continue with what we're doing, which is, like you said, proper production, having everything, having the RPW feel and like it belongs there, not like, you know,
You're just sticking it in just to stick it in. You want it to make sense.
sticking it in to appease people, or, you know,
Be
somebody's
story oriented.
Yeah.
I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah, we want it because we don't want it to go away once you started it. So if you just do it haphazardly or to appease somebody, then it's going to be like, eh. Then you ask people, well, how did you like it? I don't want to hear. When everyone works so hard, it should never be.
Yeah. And there are great performers out there that I think would work well. I mean, with Avalon, back when he was there, of course, Sierra is never far behind. And right now she is one of the best workers, woman or man, in the business right now. She is absolutely a stellar performer and can do everything. So they're out there. The athletes that raise the bar are out there, both for the men and the women. So, you know, as long as you're getting the right individuals, I think it would work very well with the storylines at Rocket Pro and very well with the fan base, because, you know, it's not always about the flash. It's about the wrestling and the personalities and where they come from. What are they doing? I mean,
Can they tell a story?
Yep, that's right. Sierra drives 10,000 miles a year between Wisconsin and Ohio and all over the Midwest. You see her at Impact. You see her at AEW. You see her on NWA. Her presence is out there, not because of what she wears, but because of how hard she works and how meticulous she is. And I can say that for sure. And there are plenty of other ones out there. So it can be story oriented and it can be really, really spirited performance. You just have to get the right people.
Right. And like I said, kids, you don't have to do much for them to understand, you know, good guy, bad guy. Doesn't need to be a lot of, you know, aggression. It doesn't need to be climbing into the crowd. It doesn't have to be lots of, you know, foul language. They get it right away. I mean, they know who they like.
Yeah, the kids are not PG in our arena.
No, but
they are not.
The last time Grin was there,
we try to be, but man, I've seen little kids giving the finger.
And I'm not talking about just the
little kids. I'm
talking about our bigger kids, aka the Rocket Boys. I found out some things today about those. They need to put their ass in check, or they'll get checked. I'll tell you that. But that's neither here nor there. So as we're set, you know, you're talking about, you know, new things and surprises, shock and awe, you know, new opportunities, new faces, perhaps. How do you regulate new faces and old faces? Because obviously you can't have 150 people in the back, you know, vying for 8 to 9 matches on the card. You know, it takes a bit of juggling. And, you know, some people are like, well, I'm not working for a place where I only work a month, or, you know, it's a different kind of way you do it, because many of the places I work, they have their guys, they use their guys. They don't necessarily bring in different people, and it works. But the way you do it also seems to work, but I don't know. I'm trying to understand the thought process of how you come to those conclusions.
I'm like a year ahead of myself. So that's the thing. I write backwards from main events to the beginning of the show, and I try to plug in who I think's gonna work well with that person. So like for next year, I already got guys I want to bring in. So it's all up in my.
That's that's why sometimes you see people, like I've talked a lot about Joey Avalon. Obviously, he would be a guy that could work there every month, but if the story doesn't dictate it, maybe you bring him in when needed, and you give opportunities to other people, and you have different storylines kind of manifesting itself. I mean, it makes a return that much more impressive, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Joey Avalon, I got something in my head for him, but we're gonna have to wait down maybe like January, February type. So
well, that's why we have a whole
bring him back. I like him.
plenty of time to get to everybody. We've talked about the Chicagoland Championship match, the Rocket Pro Chicagoland Championship match. Since obviously we know the lineage here, let's talk a little bit about the Inter-County Championship. Because that match has a bit of backstory, and we have one of the participants posting pictures and being very quiet right now, and I'd like to get some thoughts from him. The Inter-County Championship, there it is. Of course, it's our own Maximus Orion versus our own Rion Skills. Before I ask Rion any questions about this match, as the hierarchy and parents of one Maximus Orion, what has been your observation of what you have seen over the past couple of shows that led into the finale between Rion and Maximus? Because it's been a hotly contested situation that has got many twists and turns.
I'll do it in a nutshell. Rion went nuts and went after Will.
Max. Yes.
Well,
Max,
I guess that's
Ryan. I still call him Will. I did that one. I let slip.
Rion Skills, Inter-County champion of Rocket Pro Wrestling. Do you feel that is an accurate depiction of the situation? You went crazy and bludgeoned young Maximus Orion, or is there more to that story than meets the eye?
Yep.
What is this? That means Rion.
Or this is me doing a flip, Steve.
You're doing a flip?
Quotation mark. Doing a flip.
I had to have you flip at least once.
Yeah, I know what the bullshit is when I hear it. So here's the deal. Quotation mark. Yes. Quotation mark. And then go from there.
Well,
at least he flipped a little bit. So I guess he agrees with you in quotations. Where do you see this match going? Anybody from PX to Kevin to Bill and Shelley. I mean, this I believe is the rubber match. You
could ask Rachel or PX if he decides to do. That's the man on the street. He's the one that knows all the stats and things.
And I'd like to hear what Rachel has to say about it. She's like I said, she has carte blanche, and she will do what she wants when she wants it. I would never even attempt to speak for her. So we'll let her answer when she's ready, if she's ready. I
have a migraine. What am I answering?
What do you foresee Rion Skills and Maximus Orion, the rubber match, part 3 of this story? What do you see happening?
I'm fully team Rion, whether he wants me to be or not. So I see the steamrolling over Maximus Orion continuing until Rion has decided he's done.
And we hear about that often too. Well, that's pulling no punches. That's straight right where it is. Pac-Man, your thoughts?
So I actually talked with Rion a little bit yesterday on the JFW live stream. This afternoon, I listened to Maximus Orion's take of it on Windy City Slam. Now, the one thing that Maximus brought up is the fact that Rion, while he has brought the Rolex into play on a couple of occasions, was able to beat him in the last man standing match with the Rolex. Now, that was a last man standing match. There's no rules. But this match is a regular contest. So I guess what it boils down to for me is Rion going to be able to beat Maximus Orion one-on-one in a regular wrestling match without use of the Rolex?
I can answer that if you like.
I don't want you to flip.
By all means.
So the idea is that I don't have to beat him. He has to beat me. I've already won. He's the one that has to prove to people what he needs to do by him being the arm of justice and all. He's the one that has to live up to the Shelley name, because as they've already put out there, the work that they put through Rocket Pro is unparalleled. And he doesn't want to be the one that takes that name, so to speak, and put it into the ground by having some old fat ass dude come and knock him down a couple pegs because he decided not to know what time it was. See what I did there? I used the Rolex with the time and the watch.
We saw it. We saw it. We
I
heard
wasn't sure you saw it.
We heard it.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got it.
Okay. All right. Just like, see, Steve, I can do a flip. I can do a flip.
Very, very nicely done. I'm trying.
Wonderful.
Hey, listen, Rion, I'm trying. You know, I got all kinds of criticism over the weekend, so I'm trying to be better, man. I'll work harder for you.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, you go ahead and continue on. I think I answered that. If I need to answer more, I will accordingly. I don't think I have to, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Rion's got it in the bag.
That went about exactly how I thought it would go. Let's move on down this card since we've kind of started to do it. I listened to the live stream yesterday. I listened the whole time. I was there for the first part of it before technology blew up and sent it reeling. I was there for the second half of it, and I even called in, which I don't normally do to the JFW podcast when they do the live stuff. I just kind of
needed help. Let's be honest. They needed help that day.
I'm not going to say they needed help, and they sufficiently kicked me off after a period of time without saying I was saying too much. But that's you know, when there's dead air happening, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. But it was great. You know, JFW did great work yesterday morning. You know, I wish more people would have taken the opportunity to get into that forum because I think it really could have been a great debate. Rion, you know, logged in and he said very interesting things. Of course, Turtle, being heavily involved as a champion, said many interesting things. PX had certainly an interesting perspective, and Travis as the ringleader. We had some fans, you know, creating some chaos. I learned what a shit cricket is. Not sure I ever really wanted to know what it was, but now I do.
But and then there's infamous Wrestling Fan 1.
Wrestling Fan 1, and then we had Red Rhodes from Pawtucket or whatever the hell he was. But you know, the point of the matter is, they carried the show for 2 hours like they said they would, and they covered a lot of ground and talked a lot about Rocket Pro. And Kevin was on there; he can attest to that. He didn't speak, but he was, you know, part of the chat and he was monitoring things. So they did yeoman's work and they went through the card. So I don't feel like we need to do necessarily a match for match thing because they went through it pretty well yesterday. But I wanted to give them the credit. And Pat, you had some pretty interesting things to say about the tag team match. And I believe that's where I got the most vocal when it came down to the Coyotes versus the final level. I'm going to start with you, Pat. What do you see with the defending champion Coyotes putting the titles on the line against, to me, and from my perspective, what could be the greatest tag team ever combined? I still don't know how the Coyotes are going to get out of this one, but Pat, what do you have to say?
So I think it comes down to it's a game of experience. So you have TDC in the form of Brooks Berna and Damian DeShane, who have been teaming with each other on a consistent basis longer. Now, with that being said, we also have the final level in All Day Marche Rocket and Shogun Chris Logan, who may have more solo experience under their belt. So they've seen a lot within wrestling. So it comes down to a game of experience. Is it going to be the experience of the team that has been teaming consistently the longest? Or is this going to be the experience of veterans and former Rocket Pro Wrestling champions?
What are you thinking, Red? Same thing.
Preach, brother Red, preach.
This is the one time where I have to disagree with my grandson.
Yes, please
He
disagree
doesn't
all day.
understand the history of Marche Rocket. Understand, I get it. He has been all day at Rocket Pro. But before there was Rocket Pro, there was a thing called the Soul Touches. And understand, we took gold when we wanted to. Yep. He has one of the best minds ever. And again, 20 plus years experience. Mm-hmm. So to know that we were doing this, and I'm not taking anything away from those damn coyotes. Make sure you express damn. But again, it's one of those things. And it here's the thing. Nobody, I mean, Rion touched on it, and I really don't think anybody has soaked it in. The champs, again, they don't have to be beat. The opponent has to beat the champ. They have to. In every match, right? Sure. Now, I'm not saying that the final level, I mean, again, you know me. I'm going to put my money on Marche. I don't give a damn if it's playing Tiddlywinks. I'm going to put my money on Marche. That's just me. But that's me being biased for 20 plus years. But again, they have to beat those damn coyotes. And see, here's the thing. Nobody, I think, is even talking about it. And again, unfortunately, I didn't listen to the live stream. I was busy. I have a life.
I don't have a life? What the hell does that mean?
You don't. The realization of this was I the only one, and maybe I was, because everybody was busy. Bill doing smoke and lights, and Shirley was in the back getting all glamified and ready to kick ass, and Steve, you was just putting on paint. You know, Kev was, you know, I don't know if but Christian Rose lost his goddamn mind. Was I the only one that?
Exactly what I was thinking.
And understand, I know Christian Rose very well. That is not a Christian Rose at the finale. Nobody wants that fucking Christian Rose. And guess what? Even when his brethren, those damn coyotes, came out, he didn't give a damn. He did not care. He turned on them. So the question is, are those damn coyotes as solidified as they once were? Or have they had to go through months of trying to figure out
who they are?
Right, like now what's, you know, if he done flipped on us, can we trust each other? You know, is my brother really my brother? Or are you going to, so I don't believe they're going into this match with the head game of, yeah, we're solidified, we're strong. I mean, because it's easy to say it. You can say it, but in your spirit, in your gut, you know, are they going to really be able to pull this off without wondering, hey, is Christian gonna come out here and kick us in the damn mouth? Like, because I guarantee you, I would have to be looking over my shoulder, because this Christian Rhodes, I'm gonna be honest, y'all might want admin, management. I'm talking to you. Y'all might want to consider voiding that contract quick after Saturday, because this is a very unstable Christian Rhodes. Very unstable. And when this Christian Rhodes becomes unstable, a whole lot of shit seems to go sideways. So everybody needs, so get security, whoever y'all need to get, keep an eye on them, make sure, because that Christian Rhodes right there in that picture, see, y'all saw, there's a reason why he's called Old Evil. That means at one shit, just evil, period. And I don't think the tag team of those damn Coyotes have forgot what has happened.
You're right. You're right, Red. How are they supposed to focus on the final level if they're worried about somebody coming and kicking them in the mouth? You're going to be looking all around, and the last thing you want to do is take your eyes off Shogun and Marche for a second.
And think about it. Christian was the leader. Like,
right.
He's the director, right? He's getting the orchestra together. Now, if the orchestra, if the leader then walked off, or he done lost his damn mind, who's leading the inmates?
Nobody.
So now it's just madness. So again, I'm not taking anything away. I understand. Again, they've been a team longer. Those damn Coyotes have been a team longer than the final level. But understand, I do know Shogun has been in tag teams, and I damn sure know Marche has been in tag teams in one go. Again, I'm going to put my money on Marche, but again, that's just me being biased. But if they slip up for 1 second, if they blink the wrong time and not in unison,
right,
there will be new tag team champs. I'm telling you that.
You know, that's compelling, and that is an argument well described. Both Pac-Man and Red offer compelling observations about what could go down. And I'd like to add a third, and I think this is the one that nobody considers. Marche and Shogun had a blood feud like no other. There were hearses involved in their shenanigans, pipe wrenches. We have seen these two humans beat the dog snot out of each other in ways that are very difficult to describe even on commentary. However, after all the hatred, all the violence, all the posturing, all the fights, they turned to each other and said, you know, maybe we could continue fighting, or maybe we could get together and change the world. I think that's the point that you're missing. The camaraderie of the Coyotes is legendary. Joliet is most certainly Coyote country. And you can't take away anything. The Coyotes are magnificent. When they came to Rocket Pro, the game changed. It had to level up because the Coyotes level up. And Christian Rose, regardless of his mindset, it will get down to business this Saturday. Why Marche and Shogun become the new tag team champions has got nothing to do with the Coyotes as a tag team. It is a destiny. It is a prophecy. It is a super kick into an M80, and it is game over. It doesn't have anything to do with the Coyotes having to lose. It's two men that turned a bitter rivalry into a tag team that is darn near unbeatable. That's why we have new tag team champions on Saturday. If the Coyotes win and retain, I will consider that one of the greatest upsets that I have ever called in any wrestling company in my decade career, because the odds are not in their favor, both from what Red said and from the reality of the fact that when you take two people that have had a rivalry that is bathed in blood, suddenly come together and said, we've seen what we can do against each other. What can we do together? And when that shot was taken in the middle of that ring, when that whiskey went down two gullets, it changed Rocket Pro Wrestling forever. May God have mercy on the souls that crossed the final level. And that's why we have new tag team champions.
That was impressive.
Well done. Well done.
It is not impressive. It is just simply reality as we know it. Now, talking about Christian Rose, Red brings up a great point, and that triple threat match, that is one of those matches that could secretly become the match of the night if there are so many possibilities for match of the night, but you've got Christian Rose in an unbalanced mindset. You've got Gunnar Brave, who basically exists on the plane of unbalanced.
Yeah.
And then you throw in Hartenbauer, who is the king of chaos. That man, when he walks down the street, chaos, or he's like the damn Loki of professional wrestling. Now you have three completely wild cards having themselves put together in a rocket to the top briefcase qualifier. This is a qualifying match. Sweet Jesus. This could be a championship match anywhere you go. There are plenty of companies that would say, yeah, this is our main event. This is the greatest match of all time. Gunnar Brave knows no fear. Gunnar Brave has put his body through things that humans shouldn't put their body through. Christian Rose is one of the best ever. He is champion in many places. He's been champion at Rocket Pro. We all know about Old Evil. See, Red told you everything you need to know tonight about what's on Old Evil's mind. And then you have Hartenbauer. You want to talk about a Molotov cocktail of a match? Light the fuse, light the flames, and let that thing blow up, because that's what's going to happen there. And your thoughts on that panel?
It's going to be a slobber knocker. Hartenbauer is like a hitting machine, man. I watched some of that guy's tape. He has no fear either. I think he could come out on top, actually.
It's one of those matches where people are going to have to be rendered unconscious to lose. And with that kind of hitting going on, and we know Christian Rose, when he gets in that zone, is certifiably crazy. We also know Gunnar Brave, when he gets in that zone, we all saw lights out, didn't we? Some of us didn't want to see it, but we all saw it. We all know where he can go. And then there's Hartenbauer. So you want to talk about a match of the night candidate? You're looking at it right there. That's about as good as it gets. And that's not even the main event. And that speaks volumes about Fall Brawl. That's the main event everywhere else. But right at Rocket Pro, it could be, but it isn't.
It's not.
What does that mean?
There's a match that I've been looking for, and that's why I put it together. It's Connor Hopkins versus Shaq Jordan.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Two generational talents. Very, very good in the ring. Shaq is just unbelievable. So is Connor. They're not only great wrestlers, they're great human beings. And I can't wait to see this match. It's going to be incredible, and I'm excited to see it. Baby versus baby. Let's get it on.
I do have to speak on this one, and then I'm probably going to log off because I'm sorry, my migraine is. This is sorry. It's a breakthrough. It's really bad. I'm very sorry. Shaq Jordan is like a superhuman. I've seen Connor Hopkins wrestle a few times. He's amazing in his own right, but Shaq Jordan is literally the generational treasure that he claims to be. And if you are worth your salt, you will sit through this match and you will cheer your head off for these wrestlers, because every match that Shaq Jordan is in is gold. It is going to be a treat for everybody there. So that I had to speak on that.
That was well said.
Rachel, you are a champion. Go get yourself well. We appreciate you hanging in with a migraine as long as you did.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Feel better.
That is our
Thank
resident
you.
Power Hour knockout, the one and only Cactus Rack, aka Russian Blue, aka our fair Rachel, gone for the evening. What she said is absolutely true. What she said is 100%. And Red can attest to this, and here's why. Just a few months ago, we saw Shaq Jordan and Marche Rocket go at IPW. And I'll be damned. And, you know, like I said, I call him like I see him. There were moments that I thought Marche was going to take a loss in his debut at IPW. There were moments that Shaq Jordan had him right where he wanted him. It was like watching the same type of athlete, like twins fighting themselves. You see that Spider-Man meme, all the time of them pointing at each other from the cartoon back in the 60s. Marche Rocket, when he was a young man, bears a striking resemblance to Shaq Jordan. And not just in the way they appear. Now, it's the truth. When you go back and you look at Marche, there's not that much difference between him and Shaq. They do very similar things in that ring. You can knock it. This is just my opinion, Red. You're welcome to your opinion. But if Shaq Jordan continues down the road he's on, he is going to get to all-day level at some point because he's that damn good. And I don't say this often about anybody. A comparison to someone like Marche Rocket, you pick your moments for that. Marche Rocket is unlike anybody I've ever seen, and is unlike anybody that will ever be seen, perhaps. But Shaq Jordan, generational treasure, you're damn right. And Connor Hopkins better bring his A++ game, or it is going to be the shortest Outer Limits title run in the history of Rocket Pro. Go ahead, Red. Piss all over my parade.
I will. Steve, again, you were too busy in the back getting your cute little makeup done. But Kev, who did that sadistic psychopath Christian Rhodes hit at the finale?
Connor Hopkins.
So do you think Connor Hopkins again is going into this again? They're in the same building. He has to keep his head on a swerve too. So again, I'm not taking anything away from Shaq Jordan. Shaq knows I love him. He is now a nephew. I love him to death. But again, Connor is the champion. Shaq has to beat Connor. But the problem is Connor going in 100%. Not physically, because that's the easy part, right?
Right.
We go to the gym, we lift some weights, we drink some protein shakes, and we good, right? Physically. But for months, his mentor, the leader, turned on him. Now he's got to go out there and defend a title and wonder, is Christian coming for me next? That's not that's not good headspace. Like, maybe, what y'all should do is invest in mental health sessions after
Dr.
Try
Feldman?
that with no
Counseling. Father Tim, where are you?
No, not like Shelly, not like no coach. Oh no.
Oh yeah, we don't need to. We have
about
plenty of Davison Sarai.
I was
Got
gonna say,
No.
Absolutely
No.
not.
No. But
Absolutely.
because some of these guys they have to be in bad headspaces, especially those damn Coyotes. Because I know I would. If somebody I've trusted, I believed in, who I took advice from, who I spent hours on the road with, all of that, and you turn on us, I've got to wonder, like, where's this going? Because Christian ain't stupid. He's a certifiable genius. So there's an end game to all of this.
That's fair.
And the question is, and only Christian knows, what is the end game? What is it? And is it coming after Connor to take now what he holds, which is the Outer Limits title?
So you're thinking Christian Rose could want a piece of Connor Optic? Well, that would certainly stress out the Coyotes as a unit, that's for sure. But
they're already stressed.
Yeah, they are already stressed. All right, we have been talking about some very serious things, very serious matches that could change the landscape of Rocket Pro Wrestling forever. Let's talk about the one match that has a foregone conclusion, that is easy to talk about, easy to predict. There's only one way this ends. Let's talk about the ass kicking that's going to happen when Koa Laksamana returns to Rocket Pro and beats the absolute bejesus out of the shyster lawyer known as Eric Schultz, the undeniably crooked Eric Schultz. Come on.
You know he's your favorite lawyer.
He is a piece of slimy toadstool, but that's neither here nor there. This is the easiest match of the night. This is going to be over in 3 minutes. I mean, Eric Schultz is going to try to hit him with the briefcase. He's going to miss. Koa's probably going to climb to the rafters of the building and jump down 30 feet and just crush him and hopefully end undeniable. I mean, it's an easy win. Right, Red? There's no way. This is easy.
First of all, put some respect on the man's name. He is now NWA superstar.
Well, I let you NWA superstar stick together.
Whatever.
Hey,
outside of
Kevin
that,
Palmer wasn't on NWA. Pac-Man wasn't on NWA. Rion Skills wasn't on NWA. I didn't see Bill and Shelley out at NWA, but I saw C-Red at NWA. Don't you play martyr to me, son. Go ahead and talk about your teammate.
I will say this probably is the most lopsided match. I really want to ask Kevin, what will you think? I really do. Because again,
hey, I didn't book it. Damien thinks that his guy can go and beat Koa.
Well, then I ain't got no problem when I see Damien outside. Hey, what was you think? And here's the reason why. First of all, Koa has a ton of momentum right now, all over the country. Not just here, but also definitely in Rocket Pro. And second, who don't want to see a slimy ass lawyer get their ass beat? I'm just gonna be honest. Like, Schultz is that ambulance chaser. Again, after you done got into a bad car accident and they take you to the hospital, Schultz is that motherfucker that's right there. Hey, you can sue the city because they put a light pole right where you shouldn't have been driving. Like, really, Schultz? Like, really? Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest. I do agree with Steve for once. This will be a very lopsided match. I just see Koa beating the dog shit out of Schultz. And I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna be on commentary like, yes, yes. Because I'm gonna say it for everybody that's ever had to go to court and had that bullshit lawyer, like, ooh, yes, I might even slip Koa $5. Like, here, punch him for me. I don't know.
Minutes since we shared commentary, Red. It's been a minute.
It's been a while, but if Schultz, he don't have no sleeves, so you can't say he's gonna pull something out of sleeves. But
he hides it in the suspenders.
First of all, I don't trust any dude that gets in the ring with a tie. I just don't. I don't trust any dude get in the ring with a tie. So for that, I hope Koa takes him, whips him off the ropes, and grabs the tie as he's getting ready to go over the top rope and just holds it a little bit till he almost passed out, and then throws him back in for the cover. But that's me if and my fantasy booking. So yeah, I agree, Steve. Koa. Pax, do you grandson, do you agree or disagree? Or do you have some statistical knowledge that we're unaware of why Schultz will come out victorious?
Well, Grandpa Red, you brought up a lot of good points. I think really the big X factor in this match is the undeniable, because a while back, I feel I remember General Manager Saint had made a comment on the match saying it's going to be one that he's going to be watching closely. Personally, I'm not sure what exactly that means for either competitor. If maybe Saint thinks Koa could be a potential member of the Undeniable. Maybe he's like weeding out who is going to bring, new strength to the group. So that's the one thing with this match that intrigues me, is whether or not, like, what Saint's goal in this whole thing. But at the end of the day, I mean, the Red Wave Army is very, very overwhelming, and I definitely think it's going to overwhelm Eric Schultz.
I think that's the Red Wave Army. You don't want to swim against the tide, as it were. And plus, you know what? Koa is my friend. And when my friends get picked on, I mean, I'll go up there. Undeniable means nothing to me. If there's shenanigans, we have all seen it before. I will leave commentary and I will go whip somebody's ass if I have to. But that brings us to the ass whippings from May. The Idols are supposed to make a special appearance. Mr. Shelley.
Yes, sir.
Idols are coming after keeping your company in a chokehold for a calendar year. How do you feel about the Idols as a unit returning to Joliet?
Well, with them coming back to Joliet, they caused a lot of chaos for a lot of us, me included.
They beat you down. They beat your son down. They beat your wife down. They beat me down. They beat down a lot of people that maybe didn't. They beat Nuke down. We were there for that. But
when it comes to my opinion on that, I think justice was served pretty well for me by you two, by Shelley and you.
I think so.
That kind of helped me put it to bed in my head. I'll be honest with you. Everybody loves to hate them, and I really like having them, and they got a cool entrance for me to do. And I'm all about that. I don't have to keep saying it because that's what I really enjoy. That's the longest entrance we got. And I mean, does he drag his heels. Drags his heels going around, and then you guys are always a spectacle, which makes it even a little more fun. So me personally, Bill Shelley, I'm excited to have him there again, just to see them get picked on a little more, like they've been doing a lot of picking over the years with us. And finally, they're being picked on, which to me is very entertaining. So, and I'm sure a lot of our fans feel the same way.
The idols. Joey and Roxy. They come back and they'll be there. You'll have your Damian Grays and you'll have your Kevin Cades and you'll have you'll have all of those guys. You'll have, I mean, maybe Flash will be there, maybe not. What are you waving your hand for?
Who, me?
No, Red was doing this.
I smell a burning shirt, by the way.
Oh, got the Ryan Matthews timeout. When Ryan Matthews appears, we take timeout. Red, that is your first timeout. You only have 2 remaining in this show.
It's my show. I have unlimited. You said all the idols will, but understand they imploded in front of our face.
Yes.
So again, remember, pretty makeup, and Shelly was getting geared up. And I watched this. I watched the whole night. And I never thought, and you can even hear me say it on commentary, I never thought I would see a group implode as quickly in one night as the Fabulous Idols.
Lost
It was
everything.
like, damn, like they had to catch a flat tire on the way to the show. Like somebody took a dump in their gear. Like
Smelled that way in the ring, I'll tell you that.
They had that night, if they could, they would probably go back and erase that whole last show. Like it never happened.
You said take a dump in the gear bag. Did you say that?
Yeah, I did.
You know,
You
I'm
don't
pretty
leave
sure.
your gear bag back there.
I'm pretty sure that somebody, when she got put in Hell's Gate, took a dump right there in the center of the ring.
Well, I'm
There
sure.
was a smell. There was a smell. It wasn't us.
But here's the thing. They're not coming back. So they're gonna show up Saturday, right?
Right.
Maybe.
But they're already 1 member down. Do you think Johnny Nine's going back to that bullshit?
Well, he just burned a shirt. We saw that promotional video.
Hell, okay, so I didn't even see it. So, but I'm telling you, he's not going back to that bullshit. I love Flash Harris. You know I love him like a brother. And even he's torn between this is who accepted me versus this is a bunch of bullshit. Now, here's the biggest kicker, right? On this screen right now,
His son.
there's a beautiful lady holding a pink belt. And then there's a okay dude holding a black belt. And guess what?
Yeah, I love you, Steve.
Y'all names aren't on those belts. They lost them. So now they have to come out. Do you know how much of a twist in the fucking back that is? When they walk out, think about it. Bill loves the entrance, right? He already said it. Bill loves the entrance, the lights, the smoke, the cameras, all of that good shit, right? And as soon as they walk down, who do they see? They have to see their property no longer in their possession.
Let's take the glare off. There we go.
And here's the kicker. You're right, Red. Here's the kicker.
No, here's the bigger kicker, right? You already brought it up and you asked Bill earlier. They no longer have control. So understand, Now they're like everybody else. There's nothing that makes the Fabulous Idols where they can say, hey, we can do what we want to do. Nah, can't do what you used to do anymore. You can't. You don't have any gold. Your group is crumbling piece by shit. They fell apart again. If you bring anybody, please bring Fonzie. I would love to get his autograph. I was a fan back in the day when the show came on Channel 2 on CBS. I was a big fan. So I would love to get Arthur Fonzarelli Jr.'s autograph. I'm gonna bring an 8x10 so you can sign it. Fonzie Jr., please, thank you very much. They aren't together. And Steve, you know that about factions. Once faction, and that's the whole thing. We're seeing factions fall apart. Now, I don't want those damn coyotes to fall apart, but it's a possibility.
There.
But the idols, they fucking fell apart.
Yeah.
Shit. Humpty Dumpty and all the King's Men can't put them motherfuckers back together again.
Fair.
So
and fair.
So I really don't know why they're coming back. I mean, now I want to be honest, Shelly, Steve. Now they might be coming for y'all.
Bring it.
Well, Shelly, I know Shelly. I already know you. Italian woman, shit, please. That's ass kicking all day. Steven, but I got your back. I got your back. I'm gonna be right there with you. I got your back. I got your back. But I can't see why they showing the fuck. I would be ashamed to show up. I'm gonna be honest. I'd be ashamed. Like I wouldn't show back up to probably 2026. that you know, when everybody forgot about it, you know, maybe by then they people forgot about it. I don't know. No. But I don't know why
season 9 return is what you're saying. How you're looking for season 9?
Yeah, if I was them, I wouldn't show up.
If the idols come back at season 9, that's the season that Rocket Pro Wrestling jumps the shark. If you want to talk about Fonzie.
I'm just saying, what possible reason? Like, aren't you embarrassed? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Aren't you embarrassed?
I think I can answer.
You got your asses handed to you.
Yeah.
From a woman who's beautiful, but she's a hot-blooded Italian, but she's never wrestled. And a middle-aged man.
Wow.
Very middle.
Poor Steve.
Very middle-aged man. And you got your asses handed to you. Your group lost the tag titles. Your group fell apart. Why are you showing up? Now, if you're coming to like sell concessions or take some tickets, like all the help, I'm sure is greatly appreciated.
Yeah, we could use them on ticket sales. I don't know if Roxy can count though.
Well, you just don't put on the record.
That's right.
But you know, oh, that's why they're coming. I just figured it out. Oh shit. All that garbage that's on the floor at the end of the night, they're so used to being garbage, they'll just, you know, pick it up at the end of the night.
Cleanup committee.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Cleanup committee. We'll get them belts that says cleanup committee.
Oh, don't even get them belts. Just give them garbage bags.
Garbage bags.
I think they're coming back because I think they want their belts. And I think that they think that we're just going to give them to them.
Nope.
And I'm here to tell you that you're going to have to pry this belt off my cold, dead shoulder. You're not getting it back. You're never getting it back. This is mine. That's hers. We kept them in state not because we like looking at this trash, but we are making this important. We make this something that it never was.
We make it look good.
People will care about this now. They never cared about it before.
Oh.
So if you think you're going to waltz back in with your crew and just render us immobile and take the belts away, you got another thing coming. Everybody's looking for you. So the idols are not coming in as the showrunners and the owners and the people running the show. You are coming in as second-class citizens at this point. And if you think you're going to get the belts off of us and we're just going to sit there and give them to you, well, I'm sure Shelly's got another Hell's Gate in her, and I will stomp a mud hole up and down your ass, Joey Roth, that you will never forget. So the next time you think you want to come to Joliet and you want to start some stuff and you want that flyer that says the idols coming back, that's great. We know you're coming. We're ready for you. Remember in May, we were ready for you then. Remember the lights in the building and your idols came out and did their shenanigans and we were ready.
We come with backup.
We're ready.
We have backup.
You are going to have to kill us to get these belts, and you don't have it in you. Joey Roth, you've finally been exposed for what you've always been. Soft. And that's what I feel. Shelly, anything to add on the idols and Roxy? I mean, I could talk about Joey Roth for days, but I choose not to because this belt says everything it needs to.
Just that they got what they deserved after poking the bear for so long. It was just a matter of time before we let them have it. I took it, you took it, they lost it fair and square, and now they have to suck it up. I might just, put my name on here. It'll look better.
It will look better. I'm going to keep it.
Even with like duct tape, it would look better.
It would.
It would. Duct tape, and some purple duct tape, or put it right
just
over it.
Stick an Italian flag over it.
Right.
Just stick an Italian flag over it.
Right, like over here and then here, Italy, and down here, champion of Italy or something. I don't know.
That's it.
Better. Even with duct tape on it.
Even with duct tape. I'm going to keep mine saying Roth villain because every time I'm out there, like when I was on vacation sitting in a hot tub, I brought the belt with me just because it drives Joey crazy. This is important because every time he sees me with this belt, he is forced to remember that he got his ass kicked every time. Come on and get it, Joe. I won't be hard to find. I'll be the loud one sitting at a table.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes.
Remember earlier when I said he didn't have a life?
Yeah.
He took a belt on vacation.
I took this belt.
And got in a hot tub.
I did.
Go to work on Saturday.
He didn't put his wife in the hot tub. He put a belt in the
What do you think was taking the damn video?
Just never mind.
Man, he was even jamming out the Papa the Rolling Stone there.
Next match.
That's it. I think we've covered just about all of them. You know what?
We didn't cover. I mean, we really didn't talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's wrap the package with the main event.
Walk around it, but
Bill, this is main event for Rocket Pro Wrestling Fall Brawl. This is the main event to kick off season 6, a season, the 6th incarnation of Rocket Pro, and your blood, sweat, and tears for 5 seasons, now going into 6. This is your main event. How does this match make you feel?
I think it makes me feel pretty good. I love Stone and I love the passion he has, and he brings that passion into the building with him. If you notice, he's very serious before the match. He'll loosen up after he's done, but he is very serious when he walks in the door. He's focused when he walks in the door. I have seen him with tables, ladders, and chairs in the past, and I know he knows what he's doing. Not to take anything away from Quinn, because I like Quinn just as well. It's just that the passion that he brings outweighs Quinn's anger, because Quinn's, to me, has all my inner anger in him. Like I like to like that because he just extrudes anger, and I have that, and he's got it. But the passion that Stone's bringing, I don't think is going to be beatable. Really.
That's absolutely perfectly stated. Shelly, what about you? Stone versus Wittick. What do you see?
I see Stone, like Billy said, he worked hard for it. He worked a long time for it, and he's just not going to give it up, especially since we don't know what happened to a certain somebody. He's not just going to be like, you're not going to be able to walk all over him. It's going to be head to head, and I think Aaron's going to win. He's just worked too hard for too long to give it up. And like he said, the other guy has to beat the champion. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he's going to be able to beat him.
That is a solid point. Kevin looks like he's just got something to say, so we're going to go right to Nuke. Nuke, the main
Man,
event.
they're both just throwing Quinn Wittick off the ledge here. I mean, this guy, look who he's run through: Christian Rose, Joey the Jet Avalon, Marche. He's beating them all. I mean, Aaron Stone's he won it fair and square, but he never beat Quinn Wittick for the championship. So I think Quinn's got everything to prove in this one, and he's going to come out on top.
There we go.
Plus he might be undeniable.
Well, we don't know what his undeniable relationship is. We may end up seeing it. Who knows? Podcast Papa, what do you see?
So I think Quinn's gonna mistake what the C is in TLC, and to him, it's gonna wind up potentially being tables, ladders, and crowbars. Oh my!
Forgot about
And where will that crowbar come into play? Because that crowbar came into play a lot during many of his title defenses. And realistically, there's no way that it doesn't come into this match here, fighting for the title that he, quite frankly, never lost.
Hey, Pac-Man.
Yes, sir.
Isn't the crowbar broken? Didn't Koa bend it?
They did bend it, and it was recovering all summer. It was a little bent out of shape about the whole situation.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Oh,
You just killed your grandpa.
You went there.
I did.
You went there.
He's not even a dad, and that's a dad joke.
That was a total.
I learned that one from Flash Harris.
See, Red looked like Red Fox there for a minute. I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, I am coming.
And the sad part is he probably did learn that from Flash Harris.
Red, what do you see?
Everybody has made great points. But again, Quinn was never beat. See, that's the part. Like, that's the thing we never will know. Like, see, even this match is a TLC match. And at the finale, it was just supposed to be one-on-one. No, nothing. Just them. Who was the better wrestler, right? And we never got that. And technically now, you kind of push that to the side. Because, again, if you hit somebody with a chair 50 times in the head, it is what it is. I mean, I love Stone, and I like Bill brought out. He brings that passion, And again, his moniker is the sexy violence. A lot of violence. And again, he's coming. Think about it. If he was angry before, and again, we all have our thoughts about what might have taken place and why he didn't make the show, right? Regardless, he is coming in pissed. Because to him, I now have to win something that I never lost. So now, not only do I have to prove to Stone that I'm the real champ, I have to prove to the entire locker room. I have to teach all 500 plus fans. I've got to teach everybody that I am still the champ with or without the belt. This, again, to me, will definitely be match of the night. I'm sorry, Steve. I know you were talking about final level and this, because you have on one side a guy that can say, I am the champ. But you have on the other side a guy that says, I'm still the champ. I never lost. Look in the record books. Pat, put up the stats. You never see an L during my championship run. So, who proves it harder? And what lengths do they go to? Again, yes, it's a TLC match. But hell, how many times have we seen a TLC match and shit, the kitchen sink is brought out? I put nothing past anybody. And all I know is you, me, the professor, and Shelly. We're going to have our heads on the swerve like this, because we have no idea what is going to happen in this match. And this probably will be one of the hardest matches to ever call. Ever. Like, we better bring out encyclopedias. Like, I got a stack upstairs. I should bring them.
I don't think you need to bring the encyclopedias. If we have Encyclopedia Britannica at ringside, that's just going to get used as a weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Damn. Okay, never mind.
Red, you're right. I think everything you said is right. I think everything you all said is right. And I'm just going to offer this opinion very quick, and then we're going to kind of close this out. What makes you think this match will ever see a conclusion?
Might not be over.
There are no rules.
No.
Anything could happen. And that's why you need to come Saturday to Rocket Pro Wrestling's Fall Brawl, because anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
I saw what you did there.
You know what I did there? Maybe I ain't too old for this shit.
Uh-huh.
All right. This Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, this Saturday, St. Joe's Park, Joliet, it's the place to be. The festivities start at 2:00 with fan access. It's a fun time, people. Get there and enjoy what it's meant to be. Get a chance to commiserate with your favorite Rocket Pro superstars. Buy the merch early. Go to your car. Put the merch on. Come into the building. That's the whole point. You don't have to stay till the end to buy the merch. You don't have to do it at intermission. Do it before the damn show starts. You'll have more time to go to Captain Dave and get some food at intermission.
That's right.
That shit's fire. I'm sorry, y'all.
You're gonna get
oh good.
You're gonna get fan access like you've never seen it before. You're gonna get the LIM doing LIM things. You're gonna get the Nova Awards. You're gonna get to see us do some semblance of this show. So there's a lot of things happening, plus all the wrestlers, all the merch, working bathrooms. I mean, that's
working bathrooms. That's right.
What is not to want to come and for $5 you get all of this. Then at 4:00 the doors open. At 5:00 the bell rings and the season begins, and all hell is going to break loose. Bill, Kevin, Shelly, we appreciate you coming in here and talking Rocket Pro Wrestling with us. It is so great to be able to talk Rocket Pro Wrestling with you, because we are all so thankful to be a part of your family. at
Thank you.
Rocket Pro Wrestling. And I'm speaking for Red, and I'm speaking for Rion, even though he's the bastard son right now. I'm speaking for the podcast Papa. We are all appreciative of how hard you work and what you sacrifice to provide the fans of Joliet and around the world with the website great entertainment that is always fresh and unpredictable. That's why it's always sold out. Don't let Damian Saint fool you. It's not just him. It's what RPW stands for. It's from the mat to the stars, and that's the way it should be.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thanks, Red.
Thank
Any
you.
final thoughts, staff?
We're getting ready, so we are just.
I'll be there tomorrow. I'll
Bill
be there
Shelley won't.
Today.
Bill Shelley's not going to sleep until Sunday, and he probably won't even sleep on Sunday
because it's football season.
Right.
That's right.
You know what? I'll say briefly, we've actually turned the setup and the takedown into family fun. And the people who come back on Sunday, we made it something cool. I mean, does it take us all afternoon or till the late afternoon? Yes. But we go to breakfast, we eat all the leftover food. We all have a couple nips off the bottle, whatever we want to do, but we do enjoy Sunday taking it down. And it is a family, and you guys are all family to us. With the May show went very, very, very well, and we're proud to have you guys as friends and to have you working with us at RPW. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
Go
ahead, Red.
Shut up. Every other week he has me giving roses.
Well, we've kept these people
be
too
quiet.
long. Got it.
Zero. Zip it. So let me say, first of all, to Bill, Shelley, Kevin, you have created something special, and I hope that you realize just how special it is. Every month, it gets better and better. And it's because of everything that all three of you do, along with all the people behind you that you have working for you, make this thing function. You guys have figured out what most people don't, that you can't do it alone.
No,
and you guys,
all those guys that come and help, I can't say enough about them. So I'll give them a shout out right now. They all know who they are, and we can't do it without them. Do we make it a party? You bet we make it a party. I make everything a party.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
So
the Halloween party's coming up, so we know what happens there.
So keep shooting, as the moniker says, for the stars. I don't see this going away for a long. I see my grandkids coming to Rocket Pro as adults.
That's good. That's good.
That's because the quality of the show and the people behind the show makes it a worthwhile event. It's not just the show, it's a whole event. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for letting me come back and sit next to old makeup Steve. And be able to be part of the family again and witness in person the magic. Because I can't lie, if season 5 ended that way, shit. I can't wait for the rest of it. I'm like, season 6 is like, yes, this is it. And no bullshit. I haven't worked in 6 weeks.
No.
6 weeks, probably about 6 weeks. And I am so geared up for Saturday. I don't even fucking up. Like, I am like, can we get to Friday night already so I can wake up and it's Saturday?
You've been
And
geared
I
up for 9 months.
like, dude, I am so geeked up. Like, let's go. Like, and I like the sad part is, you know, it's gonna end when you wake up Sunday. It's over with. Like, it's over. Now I gotta wait a whole nother month. Like, nah, like, can we do this again next weekend? The hell with that other booking. But
Rocket Pro Wrestling every week. Bill Shelley would be a corpse.
Yeah,
I'd
Well,
be
he'd be ready
divorced.
for the Halloween show.
right.
We'll just wrap
right.
it up.
Brad,
but
you got to come with me to
keep
the
doing-
Shelley's Halloween party. You've never seen anything till you've gone to that house on Halloween, bro.
if I'm in town, sir, then yes. But keep doing what y'all doing. I'm very happy
Thank you.
for you and proud of you that you have made RPW one of the top companies, if not the top company in the Midwest. And believe me, probably within the next year or so, this will be known nationally. And I have that feeling that it will blow up like a rocket. No pun intended. That everybody will get to see what you guys do on a monthly basis. So keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It
That
means
means
a lot, see?
means a lot.
Means a lot.
Definitely.
Also, don't forget what he said. He thinks you guys are going to be doing this when his grandkids get there. And that's good for you because you'll need a bigger space with all those darn grandchildren. He's got like 25 of them.
Oh, wow.
Can confirm I'm one of them.
Can't throw a quarter and not hit a grandbaby.
You got a problem with that?
I got no problem with it. That's good. That's good financial success for Rocket Pro and the Shelleys. Just the whole front row. Red, red, red. Red everywhere.
A sea of red.
A sea red. There we go.
Sea of red.
Future
you
Nova
guys
were
Saturday.
nominees.
There we go. Tell them, grandson.
Go ahead, Pac-Man.
So, what can I say to the Shelleys and to Kevin that I haven't already said? About a year ago, the lovely Intoxicated Men, we started and we've been going to shows for a while. And, I get a text from Chet Gunderson himself saying, I need you for Darkness Falls. And me and my brother came out to the ring and with Chet, helped them hand out toys, and the feeling of being part of something that, quite frankly, I never ever in my wildest dreams thought I'd be part of the wrestling business. And to be able to do some of the stuff that I'm doing right now, I'm just so incredibly grateful for, the way that you welcomed me, my friends, my family. I've been looking so forward to coming back for season 6. I can't wait to see what you guys have up your sleeves. And
Knock it off.
that is for sure. But seriously, thank you guys for everything. Just for the opportunities, for all the fun that I've been able to have working with all of you. So I'm very grateful and I love you all.
We love you too.
We love you too, man. You're very welcome. You're a great, you guys are the greatest fan group I've ever seen. I count on you for your enthusiasm alone is electrifying and contagious. And I know that the announce team agrees with me that it is contagious. I mean, if Chet goes to that side of that room, the announcers are no longer being watched. It's the LIM and Chet on that side. So, I've seen you and Chet steal the entire show on the other side of the arena in the crowd. You know, and again, that says a lot for who you guys are as a fan base, as a podcast, and in everything you do. You are having fun with it. And you know what? It's one of the things I always say to you guys when I'm with you. If we can't have fun, then what the hell are we doing it for?
Exactly.
Exactly.
But
Couldn't agree more, Bill.
Sometimes we have a little too much fun, if you know what I mean. But
I do.
I'm getting summons, guys. I have to.
All right, we're gonna let
let
Kevin is basically experiencing the Blair Witch Project right now, so we're gonna let Kevin go before something bad happens.
Well, I gotta put my son to bed.
For being a part of the Power
Dad
Hour
stuff
tonight.
first, family first.
I'll
Family
see you for
first.
breakfast tomorrow.
Yep,
All right.
breakfast.
See you guys Saturday. Love you,
All right.
Red, Steve. Thank you very much, Rian. See
Good
you guys.
job, Kevin, as always. Thank you.
Talk to you.
All right, we're gonna let Kevin go, and we're gonna let this whole thing go because that's all we need to say tonight. Thank you, Shelley's, for being there.
Welcome.
Thank you, Red, Pac-Man, Rion, Rachel. It's been a great show. Don't miss Fall Brawl next Saturday afternoon, starting at 2.
This Saturday.
This Saturday, yes, not next. The 9th, September the 9th. Fan access starts at 2:00. Be there, be square. Next week on this show, we welcome Moondog Murray, the POW Wrestling Champion. So don't miss the Power Hour next week. For Red, Rion, Papa, and Rachel, I'm Steve. Thank you, Shelley's. We will see you
Thank you.
Saturday. That's all for Power Hour this week, kids. Be nice to each other because that's what we should be doing. We'll see you.
All right.
See you
Bye.